Hello guys and welcome to look number one. I'm pretty sure this is number one. I don't know which one I want to do first. Well, I know which one I'm doing. This is the first one I'm actually doing, but I don't know which one I want to put first in the video. Anyway, I think this is going to be look number one because it's usually the one that I put my intro to, so this is what I'm going to be doing for this one. So today we're going to be doing our Kaleidos Cosmetics Astro Pink 2 looks 1 palette, and for this 2 looks I have them already planned out, and I'm pretty sure I want to use the black, which I haven't used yet. I did a first impressions for that and I'll link it down below and up in the cards. But yeah, I didn't use the black in that video, so I want to use the sparkly black. It's like a matte black with like sparkles in it, so I want to try and get the sparkles to stick to my eye as much as possible. Definitely probably going to use the 2 matte on this side, and I'm thinking the shade, where are you, Neptune, the kind of purple to green duochrome. I might do that in my inner corner as a bit of a kind of grungy black smoky eye. I think that'd be quite fun. So yeah, all on my face right now I have nothing except a bit of moisturizer. I have my brows on, which I'll have listed down below, and my eyeshadow primer, which I'll also have listed down below, and you can check out my Instagram for up close pictures of the look. But yeah, so yeah, let's come on to look. So I'm going to start off with my NYX Jumbo pencil in the shade Black Bean, which is just a black cream pencil, and I'm just going to pop that on the lid just as a black base, just to really try and get it super opaque. And it is beautiful black. You would have seen it in the swatches in that video. My mum is cutting the grass outside. I can hear it. But yeah, it's a beautiful black colour, which you would have seen in the swatches, but still putting black all over your lid is a scary feat. So let's put a black base down just so we have something there to give it to stick to, also give it a nice black base so that it is super opaque, not like this. So I just popped that all over the lid, just taking my finger and just smushing that in, just so that it's nice and smooth, and we can do the lower lash line in a while. I'm not too worried about it right now. But yeah, just so that it's nice and smooth and there's no patchiness on it. You'll notice I'm not doing my other eye straight away because I actually have my phone right there, and I'm going to try to attempt an IGTV. We're going to see how it works. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm just going to mess around and see what happens, and it'll probably go up at some point, and it might never go up, so who knows. But anywho, let's go in with the black, and let's just get it on the eye so I'm not afraid anymore. So the black is called, what do you call, Cosmos, the sparkly black here, and I'm just taking an e.l.f. concealer brush, which is just a flat brush, synthetic brush. I'm not doing any like glitter primer because I've got the black base down anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference. And this is why I didn't do any skin makeup either. Oh yeah, we're getting some sparkle to stick. It's not going to be like glitter, but I just want it to look a little bit like a night sky. So I'm only taking that up as far as where my crease actually is. I'm not bringing it into the crease because we want a bit of room to blend as well. Okay, so then going back to the palette, I'm going to take the deeper of the 2 matte shades here, which is called, what do you call it? Stardust. I have my little slip that goes in the palette on the table. I'm going to go in with Stardust, this one here, and we're going to take this on this is a BH Cosmetics Lavender Look set, and this is a number 8. So it's kind of like a flattened fluffy brush, so it's like pinch in the middle, but it's like flat and it's still super fluffy, just so it's a little bit more precise. And I'm just taking some of that on the brush, and he is going to go right overlapping the edge of the black. I will say with the black, super opaque, no patchiness, no issue applying it. It went down like a dream, and there's only a little bit of fallout, surprisingly, for black. I was expecting to have black everywhere, which is why I did my face first, or I did my eyes first. And you may lose some black, especially where you're blending kind of into the crease here. You may lose a bit of the sparkle. You can always just add more black, which is what I'll do in a few minutes. But yeah, just keep going until you're happy with how it's blending. Keep adding more of the lighter colour, and then you can always go in with a little bit more black if you need to. Okay, so I already have primer like on my lower lash line, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm going to go back in with my Black Bean shade, and we're going to take a little bit of that. I'm not going to draw it on like heavy, just like a little smushing of it just along the lower lash line, and then I'm just smushing that in with my finger as well. Then I'm taking a Real Techniques accent brush, just a teeny weeny little flat brush, and we're going to go back into that Cosmos shade. Once I have the black on, then I can do my skin, so I'm not too like I just kind of want to get the black all around my eye as much as I can. So this is just going to be pressed on top of that black base we just put down, super close to the lashes, as close as you can get, and just press it, because we can always blend the edge after. I just want it to be super, super opaque. And very important with your black smoky eyes, make sure you connect it to your lid, because otherwise it'll just look so strange with a big gap in between. Unless that's the look you're going for, but on my eye that would not suit, definitely not. Okay, so we have all the dark scary colours on the eyes basically, which is just the black, but it's still dark and scary. And I'm happy enough with how the blend looks so far, but I'm going to further blend with the lighter of the two mattes that are in the palette. But before I do that, I want to tidy up my under eyes. Let's just do it so I can see how much I have. There's a good bit, but what I will say is, for a black eyeshadow, not as much as I've experienced before. So yeah, it's one of the better blacks, especially something with sparkle like that in it. Yeah, it's actually not too bad. It's bad, like I would never just be happy with that, but it's not the worst I've ever experienced. So let me do my skin real quick, and then when I come back we can finish the eyes off and then finish the face off. Alrighty, so we are all concealed and ready to go, so let's continue with the eyes. So what I want to do is blur my lower lash line a little bit more. So I'm going to take my number 7 brush from the Lavender Look set, and I'm going to go back into the Stardust shade, the one we used to blur out the crease up here. Taking a little bit of that, excuse me, and just a small little bit, and we're just going to use that to blur out the edge of the lower lash line. I want it to be quite smoky on the bottom, so we're going to go there. And again, just making sure you're connecting to the blend on the upper lid, so just around here, just so it all looks nice and seamless around the eye. Okay, so before the blend gets too much more out of control, I want to go in to the shade Lunar, which is the lighter of the two mattes. Just on a big fluffy brush, this is a number 5 from the Lavender Look set, and just want to haze this kind of over that other matte shade, so just to give it a little extra softness and extra blend. I don't want this to kind of go near the black really, I just want to go on the edge of that other matte and underneath as well. Okay, so just before I do my inner corner, I want to do my waterline just so it looks not as weird as it does now. So I'm going to take the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade 0, which is just a black. Not their blackest black, but it is definitely one of the blacker blacks out there. And he is just going to go in the waterline. Okay, so then to finish off the eyes a little bit more, finish the shadows off anyway, I'm going to go into the shade Neptune, which is that purple to blue to teal sort of duochrome. You can see it there, it's so pretty. And I'm going to take that on, this is a number 10 brush, like a little pencil brush, and this is just going to go pick it up. Now again, this doesn't have a lot of base colour to it. I said this in my first impressions, but it still is such a beautiful colour and a beautiful sheen off it. And he is going on the inner corner. There's enough base colour, there's just not as much as the other shimmer in this palette. So I'm just wrapping that around my whole tear duct, blending it a little bit onto the black on the top and bottom. Then I'm just going to take the brush that I used for the last transition shade, the lighter of the two mattes, and just use that with nothing left on it, just whatever is on it, to soften out the edge of that. You may get fall down from this just because it is such a nice shimmer, but just that the edge is not super harsh. It's so pretty, I look like a galaxy, it's great. Okay, I'm in love, I love this, I think this is so cool and so me and so dark and so weird and just so, oh, it's the only word I can describe for this. So I'm going to jump off, I'm going to do all my mascara lashes. If I do a bit of liner on top, I might, I'll see, I'll let you know if I do. And all my skin, all my lips, and then we can come back in a sec. Alrighty guys, so this is our finished look. I hope you all enjoyed it. Super intense, especially with the liner and lashes and everything on now. It's so cool, I love it. It looks so much darker from my distance at the camera. It looks so much darker in my viewfinder. But yeah, I love this. This is so me and I love how it turned out. So that is everything with that for the eyes anyway. And then I'm going to go quickly through my face. So on my eyes, I did do a liner up top. You can probably see the teeniest little flick of a line. I used my trusty Inglot AMC gel liner in the shade 77, which is the black. It's like the best black liner you can get. So I used that on my upper. You already saw my lower waterline. And then my mascara is just my MDM Flow Greater Than mascara again. He's definitely on his last leg, so I'm probably going to be moving on from him. Then for my lashes, I used my Primark Beauty Double Trouble False Lashes. That's what the box looks like. They were €150 and they're great. They're nice and crisscrossy and they're nice. I mean, you can't really see them too much because the eye is so dark, but it just gives, when I turn, a nice effect to the eye, a nice bit of a curl to the lashes. Then onto my skin. So for my contour, I use my NYX Blush in Taupe. This is the old one, but there is a reformulated newer one, but I just have the old one still, and I have like 2 of them, so I'm trying to get through them. Then I used, where's my blush gone? So for my blush, very scary looking, but I use my matte cream color base in the shade Madly Magenta. I used it with like a elf stippling brush, and I just put a tiny little bit on, just because I thought the purpley sort of hue of this would go nice with the purple duochrome in this and the mauvey sort of tones that are blending out the black. And then to tie in with that inner corner duochrome, I went in with the Rimmel London Jelly Highlighter in the shade Shifty Shimmer. It's a jelly, so like it's not super liquidy. And it's got like this pink tone to it, but it's actually quite translucent, and it just kind of reflects pink and blue and purple when it's on the skin, and looks super wet as well because it is a jelly sort of texture, but it does actually set down, so it doesn't stay wet, if that makes sense. Then for my lips, actually very easy to pick the lip for this. These are 2 brand new products that I bought like a few weeks ago, but like after my makeup haul, so I don't think they were included. No, they weren't. It was after my makeup haul I got these. So this is the Wet n Wild Mega Last Liquid Catsuit Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Rebel Rose. Just a beautiful mauvey pink sort of shade, and he's lovely and he is matte. He's slightly darker than this colour right now because over top I used my Jeffree Star. This is also brand new. Jeffree Star the Gloss in the shade Control Freak, which is a beautiful, very sheer baby pink, but it does give something to the lip and it makes it look really plump, and it also smells like vanilla shortbread and it makes me hungry, so I'm probably gonna go eat something after this. So that is everything that is on my face. Okay guys, I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to check the bio down below, or check the description. It's not called the bio, it's a description box down below, to go follow my Instagram to see the up close pictures of this look, because obviously it's kind of hard from far away and the thumbnail is also kind of small. So up close pictures are on my Instagram, always down below. And then which it will go up eventually, but yeah, this is our Astro Pink Kaleidos makeup palette, and I adore this palette. I think it's so pretty, and I can't wait to do my second look. I already have my idea for my second look. It's very easy with these palettes to come up with looks. I'm thinking for my next look I'm going to go a little bit softer, but then do a super strong lower lash line, or at least a very blown out smoky lower lash line. So yeah, I love this. I think it's so pretty, and I love how this makeup turned out. I'm always a bit worried when I do a black smoky eye, but I love how it turned out. So let's go on to look number 2. Okay guys, so let's get into look number 2 using our Astro Pink Futurism palette from Kaleidos. I'm trying not to blind you with the mirror. There we go. So I'm going to actually do something a little bit softer. I'm mostly just going to use these 3 here for like my upper lid. So the 2 kind of matte ones, and then this beautiful like pinky lavender kind of shimmer. And then I'm going to smoke the purple out on the lower lash line, I think. So that's kind of going to be the look. I want my lower lash line to be quite smoky though, so you know, we'll just build it up and see how we get on. I think I want to do a half cut crease. There's going to be a lot of elements to it, even though they are softer colours, so let's get into it. Just zoomed you guys in just a smidge, but even though you can't see my Mickey Mouse ears anymore, or Minnie Mouse ears, my pirate ears, they've got a feather. It's great. So yeah, anything that's on my face right now, so I have everything up as far as my eye primer on, except for my under eye concealer, I have listed down below, so you can see it down there. And if you want to see up close pictures of this look, as per usual, my Instagram is linked down below. You can have a look there, give me a follow if you want to see more, and you'll see all the up close pictures for that. Also, I have curled my hair. Yes, one side is a bit curlier than the other, but we'll ignore that and I will brush it out after. So okay, so I'm going to take a MAC 217 brush just to kind of buff it on. This is just stained a little bit pink, so there's nothing actually on it. And I'm going to take the shade Lunar, which is the lighter of the 2 mattes. I mean, there's 3 mattes in the palette. If you don't include the black is like matte with a bit of sparkle to it. But 3 true mattes. I didn't know where to say the TH there. In the palette. So let's pop this on into the crease and we can just get it in, get it on there. You can wing it out a bit if you want to. You can build it up as much as you want to. They're so silky smooth and they're so beautiful. Really make sure you get some on the inner part of the crease as well. Again, as always with my half cut creases, I like this bit to be not quite dark, but definitely have product there, so that way when we do cut the crease, it gives you more of a defined line. You can see it a little bit better because the definition is there with the darker shades. And if the lighting keeps changing, the sun is going in and out of the clouds, so it just got a bit dark there. I'm sorry. I am sweating in this room. Oh my god, I probably look so shiny right now because I'm so warm. So next we're going to take the shade Lunar, which is the kind of deeper matte. It still has that kind of mauvey tone to it. This one is a little bit more like warmer, the first one, and this next one, the Lunar is warmer. Stardust is more mauvey sort of toned. Okay, and then on a MAC 221, I'm going to pop that just into the crease a little bit deeper. Again, I don't want this to be like a super dark look except for the lower lash line. I don't really mind how dark that goes. I kind of want it to be a bit more bottom heavy, but I'm definitely going to go in and deepen this up just with that shade, and then we can just make the bottom as dark as we want. And again, taking that right into the inner corner or inner portion of the crease just to really deepen that and get the definition there. Then going back in with my 217 just with whatever's left on it for now. We can always add more of the lighter shade and just use that to soften out all the edge and make sure it all blends up nicely. Okay, so that is kind of it for the crease. It's quite simple. We can reblend any more when I do my under eye concealer and all that, but I'm going to cut my crease a little bit and I'm going to use my P. Louise base. This is the shade Rumor 0.5, and it's like not the white, it's the next one from the white. It's very pale. And I do like this as a primer. It works perfectly fine, but I love it to cut my crease because it still stays a bit sticky. So the shimmer stickiness, I don't have to use a glitter primer with it. So we're just going to pop a bit of this on the lid, and your cut crease kind of goes by you. I'm not the absolute best at doing it because I don't do it so often. I kind of pat it all over the lid and then I just start moving up higher until I'm happy with how high I am, and then I go in and like smooth it out. And then just where that line is there, I'm just gonna pat it just to, it won't blend it, it'll just kind of soften it slightly, and then when we put the shadow on top, it won't be such a sharp line. Okay, so with that on, I'm just going to take a flat brush, just any little flat brush, and I've done my half cut crease as much as I want to. Again, it's not perfect, but sure, look, I don't care. This is going to be the shade Light Year, which is just that kind of pinky lilac, super foiled shimmer. I say foil because it's doubly foiled. And we're going to take that on the flat brush, and he is just going to go all over that base. Look at that shimmer, it is so beautiful. And we're just going to make sure that when we get to like the upper part where like the edge of the cut crease is, we're just a bit more precise. Then just go back in with my 221 from MAC with a little bit more of Stardust. Yes, Stardust, I keep forgetting which one is which. And it's the deeper matte shade, and we're just going to use that to stamp over where it meets that shimmer. Okay, so I have got that all on and I've blended the edges and everything so it looks all nice. So I'm going to go off, I'm going to do some under eye concealer, and then we can come back and do the purple and maybe a little bit of black. And that is a little bit black, but definitely using the purple. Okay, so let's work on the lower lash line. I've got my concealer already on, and I'm going to go into the shade Nebula, which is the purple. And I'm going to take that on a Real Techniques shading brush just to buff that along the lower lash line. And this is a beautiful purple as well. It's so pretty. Beautiful tone as well, especially with these other colors. It's so pretty. And I'm just gonna stamp it first just so I get it nice and opaque. No gaps. You can always use a smaller brush if you don't want too much underneath the lower lash line, but I want it to be very smoky. And then once I have that all where I want it, I'm just going to go in and just soften the edge just with the same brush. I'm going to go in and blend a bit more, but I want to get it on first. Okay, so with that on already and smoked out as kind of as much as I want to be, except for I might blend with more of the neutral shades in a few minutes. I'm gonna take a teeny weeny little bit of Cosmos, the black, just there. I just wanted to deepen. I don't even want it to look black. I just want it to deepen, and I've just used a teeny weeny brush and just dipped the tip in just a little bit. That was dirty. If you get it, it's dirty. If you don't, it's just me and I have my mind in the gutter, so whatever. So this is just going to go in between all of your lashes. Just right in between. Don't bring it down too far because we're going to smoke it out a little bit more. And black will overpower a lot, so just be very, very light-handed with it. And I'm tapping my brush off as well just so I don't get any fall down, because you will get fall down from black. You will have seen that in the first look. Not too much from this black in particular, but you will get some. And then the final set for my eyes, I can very easily use the lid shade on my inner corner, but I just want something a little bit different, with a bit more of a different texture because it is so shiny. I'm just going to use my face highlighter, and I'm just going to take my Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighter in the shade Blossom Glow, because it has that kind of pinky sort of sheen off, and it's just to give a highlight. I don't even want it to look like a colour. It's just to go in here. Oh, that goes actually perfect because it does have that nice pink. And I'm going to use that on my face as well, so it'll all match very nicely. Okay guys, so I'm going to go off, I'm going to finish off the eyes, do all my liners and lashes and all that kind of jazz, do my skin, do my lips, and then I'll come back to you in a sec. Okay guys, so this is how I finished off my look. I'm going to quickly go through everything that I used on my face, and just letting you know, I feel like super rock chick Barbie right now, just with this lip on. I was going to make it a little bit darker, more purple, instead of like the magenta colour, but I'm loving it, and I want to keep it, so yeah. Cool. So on my eyes, let me just quickly show you guys what I used. So for my waterline, I used my Colourpop Cream Gel liner in the shade Piggy Bank, which is like a bright purple. I was going to maybe do a dark purple, but this actually was deep enough for me, so I was okay with that. And then I did a nice little bit of a wing on top, and I used my MAC Brush Black liner. That's so hard to say. And I did a nice little flick with that. And then I use this, just a tiny little sample of my MAC in Extreme Dimension mascara. It just gives a nice bit of volume, and I just quite like, I wanted to kind of change up my mascara a little bit, so yeah. Then for my lashes, I use this. This is a set that I have of, they're all exactly the same lashes. These are the Kiss Look So Natural lashes, and these are the flirty styles. You can see them there. Hopefully, yeah, there you go. Beautiful, fluffy, long, but not too dense, and I really like how they look. I'm not in focus, there we go. So then for my cheeks, I used my MAC Mineralized Blush in the shade Humor Me to give a bit of contour bronzer. I know it does look quite warm in this, but it's actually a little bit cooler in real life, and it just gives me a little bit of warmth and stuff like that. And I really hope I'm not too washed out right now. Let me just, is that okay? Does that look okay? I don't know, the sun is driving me nuts right now. And then for my blush, I went something a bit more neutral. I went for my Makeup Geek blush in the shade Cherish, which is just like a neutral pink, and it's very pretty, and I put a lot on, as you can see. And then, as I said earlier, I used my Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighter in the shade Blossom Glow on there, so it matches my inner corner, and my eyes and cheeks tie in very well. And then for my lips, I already have it on. This is the Sleek Matte Me liquid lipstick in the shade Fandango Purple. But it actually comes out a little bit more pink, and it kind of looks red on camera, but it's not. It is definitely more of a purple pink, and you will see that if you look in the Instagram, on my Instagram link down below. You'll see that in photos, hopefully. I was going to go in with this on top, the Essence Metal Shock lip paint in the shade Hemlock on top. Yeah, but when I put this on, I quite liked how it looked, so I'm happy enough with that. So that is it. Alrighty guys, so that is everything using our beautiful Astro Pink palette from Kaleidos Makeup. It is glorious, it is lovely, it is grungy, it is everything me, and I love it. And I think it's so pretty, and the packaging is beautiful. And yeah, I just think it's such a pretty palette. I think I've gotten some really nice looks out of it, especially this one. I think out of all 3 looks that I've done so far, so I have my first impressions, which I will have up there. I actually think this is my favourite. I think I'm feeling the vibe off this, even though it's not super dark, just the lower lash line is really dark. I just really like it. Yeah, I think it's cute. I think I look really cute. So if you also like this look, give me a big thumbs up down below. Let me know in the comments what other kind of colour combos would you use with this palette. And do you have the palette and do you like the palette? Because I am loving these Kaleidos palettes. I think they're so pretty. And also hit subscribe down below to see, I will be doing my Cyber Bronze first impressions, because I haven't used that yet, first impressions and the 2 looks on palette for that, and then once I have them all done I will be doing a multi-palette bingo, so hit subscribe to see that and many more, and my Halloween looks, yeah, not quite yet but eventually it will come. Yeah, so that is everything and I'll see you in the next video guys. Bye.